was 99. There was snow on the ground. When the call came in, I knew something was wrong. I made my way to the station. Then I waited and waited and waited for the train, for the train, for the train, for the train. train in the distance, it's coming fast. I'm looking for the car that's first class. I'ma keep my head up, 'cause I know it won't be long. It might be in a year, or it might be in a song. All the things I want, all the things I need. When the train comes, that's when I'll leave. Trains, my and daddy. Trains. Trains.
Drink your water, clench your jaw, take your meds, eat something yummy, motherfucker!
In the quiet before the noise begins, you found your way here through the day you've been in. Whatever way you carry through the door, you don't have to carry it anymore. Look around at everyone beside you, every single one of them has been there too. You're not a stranger here, you never were. This is your place, this is where you belong. I see you, I see you, I feel you, we feel you. You are loved, you are loved. I need you, we need you. Believe it, believe it. You are loved, you are You don't have to be okay to show up here. You don't have to have it figured out. Bring the chaos, bring the quiet, bring the fear. That's what this place is all about. Every light in here was once where you were, finding something real in the dark. You're not too much, you're not too small. You're exactly right, exactly as you are. I see you, I see you, I feel you, we feel you. You are
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all my non-binary neurodivergent squirrels, we would like to welcome to the stadium Dragon Suck My Dick Heart.
All aboard! Next stop, Squirrel Station! If you're here, you're already late! Trains moving No rails, no rules, no plan, full speed chaos. Here we stay off track. Good, let's go. This train runs on overload.
All aboard, let it ride.
No brakes,
Full send, full drive.
stack the cars.
Watch it grow.
Trains rolling.
Let's go.
Keeping it right is Schuster McGee. He got the hammer, fuck around and see. Damn it, Dan breaks it once, breaks it all, and does it again. We bringing chaos all over town. If you can't see them, just look down. Mods in chat, hold the line.
Oh, don't.
Insanity works just fine.
Something's coming.
Feel that sound.
Tracks don't hold up.
We don't slow down.
Energy spikes.
Systems blow. Next drop hits.
Brace for the show. All aboard, let it ride.
No brakes.
Full send, full drive.
Stack the cars.
Watch it grow.
Trains rolling.
Let's go. All aboard, hit the gas.
No control.
We don't last.
Break the track.
Let it go.
Trains rolling.
Let's go. All aboard.
Let's get nuts.
Trans rights are human rights, and if you don't agree, you can fuck off.
We all knew that. Oh, my camera's blurred in the background.
Frame shift core.
That's right. I was on a Zoom call yesterday, and I forgot it that my camera's on Zoom. Hang on a sec, we're trying to adjust the volume in my ears here. There we go. Let's do that. All right.
White
Whatever.
claws, the
Deal with it.
canopy.
I don't feel like fucking with it right now.
Lines twist like knives.
So there's that. Yeah, I didn't break anything this week yet.
One spark
Oh, Jay
from
got to me.
collapse.
Got to that first. Yet.
The
You did not break anything yet.
slip, hold the line,
Music loud.
rip. Burn my drive alive.
That would also explain why it is so loud in my ears. So thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate all of you. You guys know how much I hate that everything tag, or everyone, or what. Everything, everyone, everywhere. You know the one. Yeah. Yeah. Me goes kaboom. Something like that. Well, before I, go making everything all about me, how are you? Click. There we go. Okay, it was that easy. You're too fucking loud, or trying to hear somebody talk. I mean, seems legit. Hanging in there. The ad every time scares me. That's why I never use it. I hate using it. And because remember, the Discord is not a fan club. So that's another reason I don't like using the everyone tag. Unless it's absolutely, you know, more important than not. Same with the high seas. Not coding anything, playing a game. Or I get to be a pirate night. Adulting kicking my ass. You're right. Can't say never. Nice to see you too there, Blizzard Fury. I hope you are holding in there as well. Love it. Reminds me to watch a stream. I mean, that's why I've got the opt-in to Spaz Live. Happy New Year. That's fair. I asked you first. I'm okay. Just working. Are you playing with the vacuum tweezers or whatever? It been productive. Nice. 63 months. Damn. Getting back to myself. Good. Glad to hear that. Grumpy, all the people reviewing my job application. Back from vacation, the rejection letters are rolling in heavy. Ugh. Yeah, okay. That doesn't suck. Jesus Christ, just over 5 years. Almost 5 years and 1 month. My God. I got some heavy family stuff. Funny you mention that. Ah, yes, of course. Big thanks to the mods, as always. Yeah, I got my stream slightly upgraded. To divinely access to the monetization stuff. Nice. Nice. Wow. Yeah, on TikTok first, a lot of people did. Doing that until Friday, then switching task, and then Bastin. Good old Bastin. Well, that's kind of awesome. I'm glad you decided to grab those tickets. But knowing you, I also know that you really enjoy a concert experience, and since it was shitty view or not, I know that's why I asked you if you know. Okay, off I go. Okay, bye. Not sure what happened there, but okay. "5 years, 3 months, 23 days. You know that it's gonna be 6 years. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, dude, I missed it. It's therapy day today. Mine's tomorrow. Excellent. And it ticks Rock and Thunder. Nice. Don't know what that is, but okay. I mean, it sounds great. But yeah, this October is going to be 6 years. Or no, this in 2 months, in September, it's going to be 6 years. I do, and I love his music, and he's local to me. Even better. Right, there you go. Even better. You gotta love when that happens. Well, I'm glad all of you have been hanging in there. I feel like I have been, you know that the old poster of the cat hanging onto a branch, like, you know, by one claw kind of thing. I feel like that's been me. Oh, the Aussies are fighting over the follow age. Can't you Aussies just get along? Remember my birthday at a concert? Yep. Well, I mean, what better way to celebrate your birthday than going to a concert that you are not going to be out? I'm a dick, I'm a dick, I'm a dick. All right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, bats hanging by their claws, you're just evolving. Hey, that's one way to look at it. They had one room. Interesting. Interesting. I apologize if you guys can hear the fan behind me. I tried to angle it so that the mic does not pick it up, but it's also like 26 degrees here, where it feels like 30 with the humidity. So as you can tell by my lovely attire, it's hot as fuck out there. So I got one fan here, one fan there. Can't hear it perfect, and that means the noise reduction settings that I was tweaking actually worked. Can't hear it. Warm enough then, yep. Well, so long as you guys cannot hear it, that's the important part, because the last thing we need on a microphone is... Right? I distinctively remember a stream where that happened, and it was Tentacools that pointed it out. It's like, I gotta go, I can't handle that. Yesterday was a lot. I will be crying the whole concert. That's true, but not because you're missing Mama's birthday. We know that. Or did I spoil the surprise? Sorry, didn't mean to do that. If you bought tickets and can arrange travel, I'm sure that there's no problem. It still sounds better than someone chewing in your ear. That's true. That's true. Which is also why I don't like to eat on stream. It's no fun when I do it. Well, I mean, it's got its moments. All right, before I go getting anything semi-serious-ish, for those who have not been around for a while, and I know there have been a couple of you because life happens, the way that I typically do the streams nowadays is the same way that I do the articles. Did you know that I'm still posting articles? Well, I'm not this week because Rule Zero is a motherfucker. But yeah, I am still doing the articles on Substack where I take brand new, and it's usually within 1 or 2 weeks release, like brand cracking new info about ADHD and autism, and I break that down and we discuss it. I go through, well, I have Claude go through, I'm not gonna lie, 140 articles that I get every week, pick out between 5 and 10 of the ones that I feel like pertain to us as a community the best, and then I will deep dive on those, and then we will discuss them. That's kind of the new format of the streams, because that seems to be what you guys enjoy the most, so, for the most part. In completely unrelated news, did you know I just put out a new book? It's a short story, but it's fun. I like it. So exclamation book if you want to check that out. What else? I'm working on the audiobook for it. Quantum Eris, you little shit. It's not entirely your fault. I just love blaming you for it. I am 9 out of 10 plus epilogue chapters completed the audiobook. Enjoy the most. Respond to best. Hey, there you go. Okay. All right. Touche. I'll grant you that one. So yeah, the audiobook is coming along. Shoes will be happy to know that the Revenge Part 2 album is well under its final mastering way. So that will be out very soon. Tomorrow there's a super secret track that is getting released, and by super secret I mean not so much. For all of you soccer fans, there's a song that's going to be released tomorrow. I'll just say that much about it and leave it at that. And yeah, I'm still broke as fuck, so if anybody wants to help, I love you. If you can't, I love you anyway. Alright, let's get to her. So happy my AC is fixed. I bet. I bet. 33 here. Just look that up for you. Well, thank you. In fairness, I can kind of do a fast convert of freedom units to real temperatures if you drop Fahrenheit. So, somewhat. I'm usually within the ballpark. Anyway. Alright, so as our wonderful title points out, which depending on where you're watching from, be that YouTube or Twitch, because no Facebook today, because I'm just not in the mood to deal with anybody who wants to be a prick on Facebook. And by that I mean it's an instant kill kind of day. So there we go. Any mahoo. Yeah, here's the real untold story. And that is the rest of the story. Yeah, here's what I've been sitting on for the last week or so, and we'll kind of explain why I am on the Discord. I'm sitting under a Rule 0 because I got hit with a shit ton of info that I have been sitting on and dealing with and trying to process. Not a lot of it was new, but the parts that were hit like a truck. And yeah, 35 plus range. Oh, Jesus Christ. I couldn't do it, guys. I seriously could not. I would be like, I'd be hugging the fucking AC unit. You'd find me wrapped around it. You would have to pry me off with, like, I don't know, a broom handle or something. Yeah, as Dan pointed out, dead. That would be me. Alright, so, why am I bringing this up? Well, I think most of you know the reason I'm bringing this up, especially for those of you that have been doing the follow age command, is that you guys know that I don't bullshit. Crockpot reigns supreme during the heat. The Instant Pot. I just need to remember to throw more things in it and walk away from it. Which even my wife has been telling me, and I still have a bad habit of not doing. Anyway. Laughs in Aussie summers. Cries in Canadian winters. Fuck you. Anywho. So I can't say that I haven't been fully honest with you guys this past week or so. I just haven't been 100% forthcoming. To some of you, I started to kind of do a little divulging. But, howdy. Hey, Truvy, how are you? Welcome. Today's a bit of a heavy one. We're talking about me and my medical situation and stuff. So, if you care about that, feel free to hang around. Not having hot flashes. Please no. 35 to 42 are the norm. Depending on what part of the island you live on, I'm sure. Anywho, so, yeah, obviously I'm not going to keep doing the everything's just fine bullshit and pretending it's not, you know, doing damage. So, as always, raw version, no filter. Hashtag deal with it. We're gonna sky drugs, yay! I've never heard of snow referred to as sky drugs. That is an absolute first for me. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Like I said, today we're talking about my medical situation. So, if that's something that interests you, or if you want to learn about MS, because that's a thing that also is ripping me apart. Yeah, we're gonna cover over some of that. Can't have the whole stage shut down, Jesus Christ. Alright, so some of you know that last week I had a couple of appointments. I had another one yesterday. Yeah, one yesterday, one on Monday. 2 last week. I've got another one tomorrow. We're back to the, you know, you're getting appointments like every 6 days. As I deal with it, and if you can, have a nice day, and see you next time. I like that. To be fair, snorting tiny ice pebbles would be great to rush. Yeah, it'd be super cold on your sinuses. How was my week? Well, it's funny. I'm about to tell you. But yeah, so I seem to be back in that phase where, you know, all of the appointments all of the time, or at least that's starting to how it feels like. I tripped right over all of the grammar, all of the letters in the word grammar, and just belted my face on the floor. I think you know where I was going with that, though. Everyone with allergy. Oh, yes. Yeah, words in English hard. I believe it also goes...
I don't speak English. Fuck off.
Yeah. Something like that. Thank you, Family Guy. So a line of slushy. That's right. Yeah, snorting the ice pellets. That's a line of slushy. Just unflavored. Probably because the sugar would not... It would not be much better. Yeah, maybe even land you in the hospital. You never know. Anyway, I digress. So one of the appointments I had last week was I sat down with my neurologist, which I have not seen since February, but I will be seeing him again in about a month after I have my next MRI, which is in 3 weeks. So that's a good time. And now it was confirmed that I do have secondary progressive MS, which is something that he talked about in February. But on my, like, what really confused me is when I was going through my my health documents, it had a different kind of MS listed. Personal experience from a sordid youth. And I brought pictures just in case. Where are we here? Oh, they're way over there. That's not the one I want. Well, I mean, it is the one I want. It's just not the size I want. Wow, that sounds like something Angie would say. Yeah. So, for those who don't know anything about MS, all right? So there are basically 3 different kinds. Yeah, you can see the mouse. All right. So this one here is the most common, which is the one that I would have had they. It is 100% what she said. This is what I would have had prior to the new follow-up. So this is this is recurring remitting MS, which, okay, so as you can see here, basically this is how the symptoms work for you. Okay, you're going along, you have a spike, and then things return to normal, but the new normal is harder on your body with every step that you go through. Okay, so that's what I would have had prior. FYI, you cannot see the mouse? Oh! Well, bear with me for 1 second here while I change that little fact. Unless the mouse is too small, in which case I don't know what to tell you there. Actually, you know what? I've got a thing for that. Hang on. I got a thing for that. There we go. Hang on. Aha! Alright. How about now? Can you see it better now? Yeah, no? Can you see it at all now? Alright, good. Cool. Alrighty. So, can you see the pretty color on it? Because I put the color yellow on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, I digress. Okay, so this is what I would have had prior. It's white, but either way. It's supposed to have like a pretty fucking whatever. It's supposed to be highlighted. Anyway, this is what I would have had prior, okay, is the recurring remitting. Fair enough. Okay, another type is primary progressive, which is basically you just decline the entire time. There is, no, what the fuck is the name of this one? Clinically isolated, which is the one at the bottom, which I didn't know a whole lot about. But basically it means you have a spike and then never have it again. I didn't know that was a diagnosis, but apparently it is. Looks white with a yellow shadow. Yeah, something like that. I could change the color of that too. Anyway, so those are the 3 ones that are mainly the thing. Apparently this one is me, where you have a flare, things level off, you have another one, things get worse but level off, you have another flare, and then shit just goes south from there, essentially, right? Here's another way to look at it. This one is from Cambridge. So, of course, these are all new-ish. This one is a new-ish. That's fine. Where am I on that curve? It's funny you ask because we're going to get to that. Look at you reading ahead. Hey. All right. Click. I will get to that. I will get to that. So anyway, there was a lot of confusion for me because I was told that this is where I was at when I was going through the health app. I have active listening. Oh my God, someone help. What do I do? I know. When the clinic had symptoms normalized and they never come back. It could be something like that. Now, what I did was in preparation for this, I actually looked it up and pulled it out for you guys because I had a feeling somebody was going to ask. Okay, so clinically isolated syndrome is one of the 4 MS disease courses. CIS refers to, it sounds like a TV show, a first episode of neurological symptoms like those in MS. CIS is considered MS when a certain criteria are met. If you meet, you may or may not go on to develop it. So, like I said, it's almost like you have a flare-up and then like never again, right? So you either could go on to develop it or you could not go on to develop it, right? Now, unlike something like ADHD or autism, where you know you've got it in your presentation kind of shifts all over the place, with these, yeah, like the pilot and then gets canceled, yeah. CIS Alberta, because why not? But yeah, unlike that, you kind of fall under 3 different categories here, and this kind of shows where you're, you know, where you have the flares and what they do, and right. So like this one here, this document here. Well, that was sexy. Kind of shows. So you're in the evolve stage. I've been in the evolve stage for like 25 years, unfortunately. But this one actually seems to represent more accurately what it's like for me, as opposed to this one here, which is just kind of, you know, a pretty little, yeah, sure, it's a Cobra Chicken Detective. There you go. And what do we say to those Cobra Chickens?
Get fucked.
How ironic. Anyway, yeah, that other one is probably more accurate for my experience than this one here. So, now, the reason that I was looking into the whole Alberta health thing is because, for those who are not in the know on the Alberta politics and whatnot, which if you don't live here or you're not Canadian, then it wouldn't surprise me. But where we literally are little wannabe Texas up here. Our premier essentially is, if she sucked Trump's dick any harder, swung from his ball sack any tighter, her lips would have a permanent orange tint. Was that very descriptive? Was it descriptive enough? Snotsy, yeah. Yeah. So she is trying to turn our healthcare system into something that is American. She'd be Laura Loomer, essentially. She's trying to turn our healthcare system here into something that is Americanized, right? 2-tier, pay for everything, blah, blah, blah. She just did a complete change to our disability. Did I give you that image? I mean, sorry, not sorry. You're saying she doesn't have this currently? I'm just leaving it at that. Yeah, that pretty much just describes it. I've never been happier fantastic in my life. Yeah, I'm not even fucking sorry. Not even a little bit sorry. Anyway, so what she has done is she's taken the disability program that we have here. We have what's called AISH, and that is oh god, I always forget. Anyway, it's for this assured income for the severely handicapped. Okay, now they have switched it to what's called ADAP, which is a disability benefit program thing. Yeah, fucking ADAP. Where this is essentially their the clincher for it is anybody who effective July 1st, so effective 7 days ago, who wants to try to apply for disability is automatically put on this new program. Now, you may be spicy. I feel you. But this their selling point on it is that you have the opportunity to explore meaningful, gainful employment. Okay? Sure. So, it is a giant clusterfuck, right? So they're taking 88,000 people. Yeah, or else. Exactly, the or else. They're taking 88,000 people, moving them from one disability program to another over the course of 18 months. So the cutoff is opportunity to go fuck yourself. Yep. So by the end of next December 27, right, all of this will be allegedly done. Unless, you know, something great happens in a vote, but I guess we'll find out next October. Shit's getting out of hand. Uh-huh. Right? All that to fuck over the disabled just so you can make a few of your friends a little more money. Isn't it great? Anyway, I digress. The point is that I got the letter saying that you are being switched from AISH to ADAP. Now, there are 4 conditions where they will keep you on. One of them being that you're over 65, you're in a healthcare facility, you have developmental disabilities, they have you at an IQ under 70, right? Kind of the very, like, super specific reasons that they will keep you on it. But other than that, basically the expectation is, all right, that's cool, we'll give you some money, but go find a job. Dude, I can barely navigate my fucking upper floor here. I can barely walk across my kitchen, okay? And you want me to go and find a job? Eat a dick. Eat a bag of them. How much value was gained while you were in your family's labor? How much? Well, yeah, capitalism at its best, right? Of course it is. So, the point being, as I was going through my documents, my medical documents, and they had this one here listed as what I had versus what he actually had in his notes was this. So when I sat down with him, he was no shit, very like 100% serious that, yeah, it's this. And if anybody says otherwise, they can eat a bag of dicks, right? So I told him that I was being switched from one to the other, and my God, you should have seen the look of disgust on his face. Like, his eyebrows furrowed to the point where it was like an arrow pointing up. I wish I could have got a picture of it, man. I totally do. Because he was like, no, that is not happening. So let's get back to what Tiamara was asking. Did you know, because I found this out the other day, that there's actually, at a certain point, they actually have a scale for this shit when it comes to MS. There is a 0 to 10 scale. I got clearly try, work out part-time, or my disabilities, need to adjust hours accordingly. Nah. I cope with humor, dark humor. Oh, dude, I tell people you should see my Michael J. Fox impression. That's what I tell people nowadays. Dark humor? Yes. Yeah. Pretty sure we had a whole stream and I've written a whole article on that before. But yeah, did you know that there was a 0 to 10 scale when you get to a certain point? It's in 3 minutes. Oh yeah, my follow-up. Thank you. But it's called the Expanded Disability Status Scale. And I shit you not, I had to have, speaking of dark humor, I had to have a little chuckle that this scale goes from 0 to 10. How do they explain it? Yeah, and thanks to Nadia for actually looking this one up for me, because I didn't... He was just talking about this 0 to 10 scale, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, so I was talking to Nadia, and she looked it up for me. Yeah, this is what it is. And I shit you not, it goes from 0, you're fine, 10, you're dead. I'm not... It is actually an add-on. Or something like that. ED Copilot, that's what it is. But I'm not even kidding. It goes from 0, you're fine, to 10, you're dead. No, that's not even that. Right? Check this out. From 1 to 4.5, and they break it down in halves. Okay? Yeah, cured. Cured. Yeah, you cured the bed sheets. So yeah, from 1 to 4.5, it's for people that don't need help walking. Anything below 9, you're faking it. Unfortunately, not coming from this doctor. And then from 5 to 9.5, notice how very specific that is. Means that you are defined by walking impairment. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so 0. Normal neurological examination, no disability in any functional system, right? 0, you're fine, all the way down to 10, death due to MS. I wasn't kidding. It's one of the first ones that I've ever seen that goes from 0, you're fine, to 10, you're dead. Damn Microsoft. So yeah, that was something that we had went and discussed. Was I did giggle when I saw that. Yeah, me too. I'm just gonna hit snooze on the ad thingy here, so that we have a couple of minutes to go over this before we hit the self-care break, because I don't want to be interrupted. Call the MS squad. We got some shaking to do. Damn right. So, yeah, we talked about this. And to kind of step back just a touch here. Let's see what I refer to pain scale. It's death. But, yeah, no, that... Well, if you think about it, when you get to that point, there is no more pain, so... Yeah, you might as well swing by my place too, Dan. Because my wife's not going to use it. Anyway, to take a step back here. As we were talking about this, my next MRI is coming up on the 30th. Okay, so I have to have one of these every 6 months. Because they like to, keep track of where I'm at kind of thing. So he wants to do an updated count of how many lesions are in my head. And he wants to check and see if there is any inflammation that he can even do anything about. If it shows up that I have inflammation, then that means that he's going to try a drug called Siponimod. Feel free to look that up. Siponimod. And for those who are new here and wonder why I spell things out like that, it's because if you know the audience, you know they have, shall we say, a proclivity for doing their own accurate, scientifically backed research. So, yeah, the autistic torture tube. Bless you, child, for you have sneezed. Exactly. That's what I said, what I heard about it. Yeah, because we're nerds, that too. But if there is any inflammation that he can even do anything about, or he deems that there is anything worth doing anything about, then he's going to try and put me on this drug called Siponimod. Now, the thing about this is, on this scale, 5 is where the cutoff is. Generally, where the cutoff is. Right? Anything more than a 5, they usually don't deem that it's going to do any good. right? I'm at 6.5. I did not know this. I walked out learning this, that I'm in a 6.5 on that scale. So, when they put me through the torture tube, is that a pass? Yeah, I beat the odds. So after they put me through the MRI, after they check for the inflammation, basically at that point it is going to be a matter of, if there is inflammation, is it even worth dealing with? Because at that point, yeah, you're treating the inflammation on the upside, on the downside, for what? Yeah, see? Bless me, I may have sneezed, but at least I gave you something to read. My snot comes in letters. That was a disgusting image. So, yeah, at that point, is it even... Oh, technically a pass, yeah. Is it even worth doing anything? Right? If you don't qualify for ADAP, they solely push you for MAID because of it's government. Well, no, not in Alberta, right? Remember how against MAID they are? I'm at a 6, should be a 6.5. Hey, look, something else we got in common. Dibs on your stuff. You're gonna have to fight Dan. Could have gone without that image. Anybody who has aphantasia is loving it today. Shouldn't that be up to the patient if you want to do it? And that's as much of a joke as it was. Agreed. And it's also because there seem to be a lot of people around here that seem to think that because MAID, as we talked about a few streams ago, is an option, right? But on the other hand, it's not a case of I'm sad, give me MAID. That's not how it works. In order to qualify for something like that, you have got to be... You're trying to push to me? No! I completely and wholeheartedly fucking disagree with that theory in its entirety. Because of how much of a bitch she is about MAID. How anti-MAID this government is. So how would that make any logical sense in any way? Zero. Makes absolute zero sense. They are anti-MAID. Why would they change the system in order to convince people to go to MAID? Now give your head a shake. No. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Yeah, it's Canadian stuff. Filters in fine. Hey, whatever. Welcome to my house. And apologies, Ryan. I didn't even read what you said. No, yeah, I agree. MAID is medically assisted suicide is what it is. So, again, like I said, there's no reason, right? Because my provincial government is so against it that they're trying to implement their own clauses against it, whereas it's a federal thing, right? That's a deeper and dumber conversation, in all honesty, which we covered a little bit ago. You know, for people like stage 4 cancer and blah, blah, blah. I mean, touche. And it's not like she hasn't done it on her own. So, yeah, there's that. So, long story short, this MRI, not like the other ones didn't matter, but at this stage, this one really kind of feels like it matters a lot, because not only are they updating the count of how many lesions I've got in my head, but now they're going to see if there's any inflammation, and then from there decide if there is even anything that can or should be done about it. It is literally medically assisted death. However, it is suicide in the way that it is the patient calling for the end of life. Right? So in that regard, it is, yeah, it is. So you're not wrong, but you're also not nail on the head. We got the self-care break in a moment or so here. I'm just going to try and catch up on some of what you guys were saying. Apologies that I have not really been paying a lot of attention to the chat right now, just because I want to read this and get through it without any unexpected side effects of alexithymia. Made ESP Canadian. The Automod is really dumb as of late anyway. Oh, are you kidding? Alberta right now is the definition of province going against federal government. It's fucking stupid. For those of us that live in Alberta, we get to deal with it daily. For those of us that live in Canada but not Alberta, they get to sit outside and watch the side effects. Yeah, it's dumb as fuck. Adulting is happening. That's fine. It's a perfect time for the self-care break at this point. So let's do that. We'll take a moment, refill your water, grab a snack, all of that shit. I never worry. Squirrel out to your heart's content. I know my crew. Yeah, you guys get secondhand, stupid. Anyway, drink your water, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, fold your laundry.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And yes, we are going to talk a little politics today, so fucking deal with it. Well, hello there and welcome. And if you're new here, holy shit, hi. There's a lot more of you all of a sudden. I had a couple videos blow up over the last few days, so if you're one of the new faces here, here's the deal. The name's Tyler. I go by a lot of other names, but most people know me as Spaz or SquirrelDad. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I am, however, a double certified ADHD and autism coach. I mostly do it to help educate my community, but yes, I also take clients. I'm also autistic, I have ADHD, and I live with secondary progressive MS. So my energy levels are basically the most important stat on my character sheet. I'm a mental health advocate, an artist, an animator, a musician, a veteran DJ, an author, a giant fucking space nerd. I love Star Wars. I'm also a Mandalorian. So what happens around here? Well, we talk about everything. We talk mental health, we talk about nerdy shit, we talk about food. Sometimes I drop new music or details about a new book that I'm working on or whatever the hell I've got going on. Long story short, off topic is the topic. So if something I post isn't your thing, scroll past, no hard feelings. Just don't be a dick about it in the comments or I will absolutely humiliate you first and block you second. And now for the rules, and there's really only one big one that matters. Don't be an asshole. No ableism, no sexism, no homophobia, no transphobia, none of the isms or phobias. Full fucking stop. If you genuinely want to learn about ADHD and autism, welcome aboard the squirrel train. If you're here to tell me ADHD isn't real or some other uninformed bullshit, you're not going to last very long. We don't generally do religion or politics here unless it's something that directly affects us as a community. Other than that, no. There's enough division and hatred in the world out there already. This is not the place for that. My community is global and made up of every nationality, gender, identity, neurotype, and background that you can think of, and every single one of them, and you, are welcome in my house. Witty banter and joking around, always welcome. Ignorant bullshit, not so much. So again, welcome. Glad to have you here. Let's have some fun. I just felt the need to drop that for anybody who hasn't seen it recently, and it's the updated version, so there you go. Also the fact that I said, yeah, we're going to discuss politics because it directly affects me. It just occurred to me that light's not on either. So yeah. Also, title of your sex tape, I love it. Angie caught me with such a good, that's a title of your sex tape yesterday. I fucking near fell over. Like literally, and for me that's not a good thing. Because we know that when I fall over, I struggle to get back up. But Sal. Yeah. Yeah. It was a gooder. It was definitely a gooder. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm not even at the hard part. Title of my sex tape. Love it. They make how much is the bounce is my question. If it's enough of a bounce that it'll get me back up leaning against the counter, or at least where I can grab the counter, then that'd be great. However, because I had that fall a couple of weeks ago and my shoulder is now like right fucked, which is my good shoulder out of the two, right, is now right fucked. I did bring it up to my doctor. I have to go for an ultrasound on it. Yeah. Bungee rope in the ceilings. Wouldn't that be great? Airbags for follower now. Struggling to get back up because I'm a fatty. I mean, I'm getting there. Gets it rolled, and is it cool? I did not know about this at all, to be honest with you. I had no idea. Yeah, being hooked up to a track in the house. Oh, I had that open for a reason. I was going to read directly off that. All right, so let me get back to the boring stuff. Again, the fight for benefits, because yeah, I have been living on disability, and the fact that they want to change that, where they take an extra $200. Basically, I'm living off $1,940 a month from disability, right? Which is why I've got shit like this. And my wife owning her own store now only brings home, on a good month, upwards of $700, right? So this is where this shit gets difficult, right? This is why, when I'm doing things like peddling, and I hate doing it. I really do hate doing it, because to me it's far too self-serving for the point of what we are as a community, right? I don't like the whole self-serving thing. But that's why I point out, hey, look, I wrote a book. Want to go buy it? Cool. You know, hey, I'm putting together a deluxe edition audiobook. Want to go buy it? Cool. If you don't, right on. I get it. Because I know what it's like in this economy. Right? That's why I say, hey, if you can, great. If you can't, I still love you. Right? It does not define you as a person in my eyes as to whether you are financially a benefit to me. Right? You all know how I feel about that. Right? You guys aren't just a fucking dollar sign around here. Right? You guys are, hashtag he still loves you. You know, you guys aren't just dollar signs to me. You guys are an integral part of a community that all of us have built over the course of the last 5 years. So that's why I hate doing that. Of course, I want myself to listen because I understand all this so deeply. It's hard because it's my future. And I'm sorry that it is. If anything, Sarah, maybe I can help you see where it's at and how to. I'm more than a dollar sign. We're developing some great hashtags out of this. Maybe I can help you in a way that I was not thinking I would ever be able to help somebody else, right? So the benefits fight that we're going through, like I said, we're the switch from the AISH to the ADAP. Now both things are still happening. It's just ADAP is the new one that everybody is going to get. So it's like, yeah, we're going to help you out. However, go get a fucking job. Right? Whereas my social worker, when I had the appointment, she was there on the same day. She put it very, very accurately. If somebody like me has to go to a job, even for a couple hours, now whatever it is, handing out tickets or whatever it is, energy level based, if I start at a 0, which my baseline is a 3, right? So if I start at a 3, by the end of those few hours, I'm at a 7, and they want me to come back the next day, do you have any idea what it's going to be like? Am I going to start at a 7 and then be pretty much dead by the end of the day? Not literally, right? So these are things that they cannot take in, they have not been taking into consideration. So that was something my neurologist mentioned as well, was the amount of complete lack of understanding that they have, not only when it comes to mental health stuff, the complete and total fucking ignorance that they have when it comes to mental health stuff, but also with MS, they don't understand how it works. They just picture, right? They just go back to that little step picture and they're like, okay, well, you know, yeah, you're having a bad day now, but you'll get better, right? You'll be better tomorrow and you can go to work. Right? They do not understand that. They cannot comprehend that. Or they completely refuse to, which probably sounds more accurate. Because God forbid we ask anybody in power to think. Time gives you the ability to prep. So it's not an overwhelm. Yeah. So, Sarah, take the fact that I am completely overwhelmed. And again, I haven't even got to the hard part for me. Take the fact that I am completely overwhelmed and inundated with a level of information this week that has shut me down. Take that and use that to your benefit, okay? If you can, take everything that I'm saying here and try to, I hate to say learn from it, because learn from it's a shitty fucking expression. But, mwah, appreciate you. Remember, only if you can, guys. If you can't, I get it. This economy sucks my ass. So, anyway. Get a job like a normal person, you lazy ass, yeah. Being the disabled for money while trying to privatize healthcare is eugenics 101. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Learn how to save money. Yeah. Yeah, ain't that it? For 5 years in the other African terms, I won't bounce back. Not to be baby. Okay, so I have a roommate now. Yay! Okay, so again, I'm being shuffled from one to the other. when I told the neurologist that, he damn near shit a brick and was like, no the fuck no. So between him, my the whole MS team that I got at the MS clinic, so like my occupational therapist, the social worker, my GP, they're all on board to basically fill out all the forms and fight against these guys to say that no, he is not going to get better, so fuck you, help. Do what you do to take care of your needs. You're in the same boat. Some days everybody needs a little extra, so I appreciate what you're saying. I learned from it a shitty expression and learning different. I just feel like it's a canned response, Angie. I think is what it is. Right? Not in a derogatory kind of term. I just mean it just feels forced and canned, you know? It's one of those everybody says it things. I don't like those. So the fact that I already know that working is not a thing, right? Even though I help out at the media place every now and again when they call me, and I make an effort to come in like once a month now and help them out with that. Even him saying the fact that he doesn't see me being able to do this anymore. Having somebody else say the words and put them out in front of you always seems to hit a little bit harder, right? Yeah, they don't understand what the mental health breaks actually mean. Okay, so we're gonna get into the difficult part. I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to be tripping over my words a lot here. I'm probably going to have to stop every now and again to get myself in order, shall we say. But this is the hard part that I've been sitting on and dealing with for the last week that I haven't really wanted to talk about a whole lot. Okay? Part of the appointment was about the future. Not hypothetical future, the direct future. I don't know so much about the call-outs. Maybe. They might be. Maybe in the case of Sarah, they might be. Right? If I call you out for this, sorry, not sorry, you know how it is. I'm chalking it up to is the fear I have. I'm just afraid I can't keep doing this in medical. Now, fear it's reality. Quite hits different. Well, yeah. Let me just muddle through the notes here. When we were talking about it, my neurologist, you have to have an appointment with him to truly appreciate him. He's the kind of guy that if I have an appointment with him, I will go in. I will sit in the lobby. He will come out. He will grab me. We will go down, and this is at the hospital, right? So I'm sitting in the little lobby of the physio, the recovery area. So he'll come in. He'll grab me. We'll go down the hall. We'll go to his office, and then he will sit there and continue his notes for about 10 minutes. So these guys' notes are fucking thorough, like fucking thorough. Incredibly thorough. If he mentions a medication, he lists out all of the side effects and the effects and blah blah blah, all of that, right? So this guy, every time I sit with him, has a minimum of an 11 to 18 page report that he fills out. Okay. I mean, if he does. Anyway, so the first 10 minutes ish of the appointment are I sit there. He does notes. He has an app on his phone where he speaks to it. It notates for him, yada yada, right? So he did that. We went over. He did the physical test with me and the little reflex test and all that shit, and then went back to taking more of his notes. So when he was talking about that, this is not the first time that it has come up, because this actually has come up at just about every appointment I have been in for the last 2 months. By the way, welcome back aboard, Ryan. Was the idea of a long care facility. And it came up again this time. This is the first time he has said it. Extra for house calls. If it follows the same timeline as me, that tracks. That tracks. So that conversation in and of itself, while it has come up and we have discussed it, is not the hard part. It is a hard part, but it is not the hard part. The part that hit me the hardest was when he said that this is a conversation that my wife and I should have. And this is a direct quote. And I put it in my notes on my phone. This is a conversation that you and your family should have while you still have the capacity to do so. Sorry, I skipped a word. While I still have the cognitive capacity to do so. That, while I know, and that's one of the fears that I have for myself, while my father and I are terrified of things like dementia, right? Because we watched his father go through it for like 5 years and deteriorate into essentially a shell of a man that did not recognize me when I sat down on the couch beside him. And physically, it's funny because that side of the family is like a clone factory, right? If you've ever seen pictures of me and my father and my uncle and whatnot, like it's a fucking clone factory. We all look so much alike. It wasn't in the position. No, it was absolutely, while you have the cognitive ability to do so, while I have the capacity to do so, that was the part that struck the hardest. Because while I do know that that is a thing that I have to be aware of, the fact that he pointed this out so directly was, Irish twins, yeah. That was the part that struck the hardest, right? Not just me talking about it, not just me saying something about it. The fact that the person who is looking at the pictures of like the fucking razor thin slices pictures of my brain is the guy who pointed this out. That's the part that hit. And fuck me, did it hit. As in, like, you guys watched me shut down for the last week. I've already now this week been in contact with my home care manager. I haven't done it yet. All I need to do is pick up the phone and call her and say the words. But to put myself on a wait list for being put into a fucking place like this. That's not something I don't want to do it. Could very quickly drop an ability. Yeah. I bet that was a hard day. Having the mental energy to make that call, oh yeah. Exactly. That is another difficult part of that conversation. What does that mean for them? And that latter name is the most important one for me. Which is, I'm sure she and I talked about this. Actually, okay, she's in the other room. I don't want to say this too loudly. Inappropriate joke here. She and I had a quick conversation about it. I happened to be in a voice chat at the time and I forgot to mute. So all the people in the voice chat got to hear the conversation that I had with her. So for those of you that were there, I'm sure that you can explain how that went. No dry eyes. Now, while I know that getting put on this wait list, because it's Alberta, it's a long fucking wait list. Like, I don't even know how long the wait list is. If I was to make a guess, it would be at least a year. I still haven't forgiven you for making me cry like that. Yeah. I 100% thought that I had muted because I was in the kitchen and I was doing stuff, right? So whenever I think it's going to be loud, I have a tendency to mute. I forgot that I had not muted. So yeah, that... And I did not intentionally mean to subject everybody to hear that. She'll be okay, but I'm sure it's hard. Yeah. Well, we talked about what it's like for her to have to watch... Oh boy. What it's like for her to have to watch me go through this. And the amount of times that I ask for her help with things and how amazing she is at her help. When I ask her to, even something simple like, hey, could you rinse out my coffee cup, my iced coffee cup for me and fill it with ice, right? Even something like that. Yeah, it's not fun. So again, while I know that there's a hard difference between calling and saying put me on this list versus, you know, fucking having to move into it tomorrow. I know that those are two very different things. They really are. They're super different things, right? It's just, I know it's just the option existing instead of having to like scramble later kind of thing. But that was also just about grabbing one piece of control, right, that I still have left. Is this putting a timeline to what's just, but yeah. And right now, it's, while the way that he said it, right, while I still have the cognitive ability to do so, it's me taking control of something that I can still control. And even that sentence by itself sucks, right? Processing that sentence by itself is fucking terrible to me. Knowing that, again, going back to me and my dad, and our greatest fear, one of anyway. I've developed a lot of greatest fears lately, let me fucking tell you. But that being high up on the list of things that we are terrified of is turning into that shell of a human that we had to watch, right? Yeah, that makes it very real. Freedom of choice is the definition of freedom in general. Yep. You picked a really good egg. I did. Now that's a conversation I'm not even going to touch, is that one. So on top of all of that, I haven't talked to the other kids yet. That's because I don't speak to my other kids. Probably never. I don't know what... Okay, there we go. Mwah! Anoni Mouse, whomever that was, much appreciated. I love you a bit. You love future self, even though vision is horrifying, it's still you. Yes, 100%. I agree with that. Dan, when it comes to my other kids, Charles, that whole situation with my son was a whole clusterfuck. His foster mother is a fucking psycho dingbat, and decided that since I am not a banker or super rich or somebody that can just up and financially pick up and take my mentally disabled son, that means that I am no longer worthy of even communicating with him. So she cut and blocked my entire family. It also didn't help that at a family gathering, she decided to say some very, very inappropriate shit to me, and my father ripped her asshole out through her esophagus. It was fantastic. Anybody want to know where I get my rage from? It's that side of my family. And knowing that my dad did that to her was, in my mind, like one of the most gratifying things I'd ever heard. Esophagus, you say? Yes, it was pretty. So yeah, she decided that she was going to look at you. To shreds, you say? That's right. But yeah, so there was that. She decided she was going to block everybody and didn't want any contact because we weren't like super rich and willing to, you know, pick up and take care of a 23-year-old kid that, you know, had FAS, ADHD, autism, a ton of learning disabilities, right? That we weren't just going to pick him up and take him in and just take him off her hands, as it were. Ergo, we were no longer worthy. My oldest, after they moved back to the States, pretty much did the same thing. Decided that they were going to cut the entire family off. To cut my entire side off. Didn't need us anymore. So yeah, my oldest two, I don't speak to. I don't get the chance to speak to them, whether I want to or not. And there's a lot of want to in there, but I don't get take care of your son. That's right. The one that I didn't even know was alive until he was 21, right? Even though he only lived like 2 hours away the entire time. The entire time? The whole time? Yep. So yeah, there's that. I bet you didn't know that about my kids, and if you did, well, that's the rest of the story. It sucks. I hate thinking about that on top of all of this other shit, because that's where I'm at. That's where we're going, and I can't even really tell my oldest two about it. So instead, it's my youngest has to bear the brunt. Body-wise, so like with the shoulder, after I had that fall the other week, and it was a good one. If you don't know, you know how in a fast food place they have the little lobby doors. You go in through the one door, and you're standing in a little like cubicle lobby or whatever, and then you go through the other doors, and ta-da, you're in the restaurant. Okay, we were on a trip back from Edmonton. I decided to stop there because I had to attend the facilities. So I made my way in, I did my thing, and on my way out, as I came through the first set of doors, it was 100% a 10 out of 10 fall. Like this one, I kind of wish that it was on camera because I almost want to see it. But as I went for the second set of doors, my left leg completely locked up. And as I was moving forward, I did manage to grab the door handle, but gravity didn't care. And down I went, and by down I mean at an angle. I went face first, literally, into the wall, and then landed on my shoulder and kind of rolled over and grunted a little bit. That's what I remember. And it was one of those key moments in your life that you're like never going to. Gravity said fuck you. It's one of those key moments that you're never going to forget, but also it feels like a key moment that like defines how you look at things, if you know what I mean. So there was, I don't even know how long it was. It could have been 5 seconds. It could have been 30 seconds between the time I hit the floor and the time all the staff of Dairy Queen came running to help me. But in that 5 seconds, we're going to say 5 seconds for whatever, in that time period was that realization that, yeah, this is my life. It was at this moment he realized, yeah, that this is the rest of my life. Time slows down, the opera music, yeah, you know you're fucked. Right? But as I'm laying there, it was that realization that this is my life now. This is what I have to worry about. And that was, in that 5 seconds, one of my greatest fears. Another one of. And that is taking a fall like that in a public place and being completely and totally helpless. That fear of being unable to do anything for yourself. I do this like 8 times a week. Yeah, pretty much. Does your public drunkenness help at all? Yeah, I know that feeling. But yeah, that complete and utter helplessness feeling. That is another one of the things that I fear. That's way up on the list. Right? That feeling of not being able to do anything for myself. I hate it. It sucks my ass. I don't like it. I don't want to do it again. I know I probably will. I hate it. Obviously, I missed the stream on Sunday because at that point, I was not even physically able to get the energy to get out of bed at that point until like 4:30, where I kind of mustered it up, right? So, walking has been a chore. I actually have my little rolling walker over here that I've been using to get around the house. If Schust was still here, he could tell you what I looked like trying to walk down the hall in his house yesterday. It was a sight. Anyway, I did my MRI and got up. If you feel dizzy, I'm always dizzy. That's another thing that I actually have to mention to my doctor now, is that I have been getting hit with a lot of vertigo and whatnot. A lot of dizzy spells, so I kind of looked it up because it kind of started like it was starting to be out of the blue. Of course it's a fucking thing. Of course it's a thing. And you know what that thing means, probably? I'm not 100%, but what it probably means is the development of new lesions. Is what it is. Wait for the 6-7. There you go. But yeah, what that means is the development of new lesions. So, again, with the next MRI coming up on the 30th, that is one of the things that he is looking for is an updated head count of how many of the little fuckers are in there eating my fucking nerves. Or the wiring on my nerves. Because the last count, which is on my record, is between around 1,000. I hope not. The last count that is on my record that I have access to on my medical files say that I have between 50 and 60 in my head and 6 on my spinal cord. 5 or 6. I don't remember if it was 5 or 6, but I have 5 or 6 on my spine. And between 50 and 60 in my head. Started at 50-50 for the count, yeah. So there's a part of me that does want to know. There's another part of me that absolutely is terrified to know. Right? In that, it's almost that morbid curiosity, but not, I think you know what I'm saying, right? I want to know for my own information. But on the other hand, I don't want to know. Can the doctor make them a special sandwich if they're... Oh, wouldn't it? Well, I think that's the part of, like, with the inflammation, that's the siponimod or whatever. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Is to see if that's even going to help, right? At this point. You need to know, but it's gonna hurt. Yeah. Right? I mean, on one hand, we've absolutely got...
And knowing is half the battle.
On the other, no, I don't want to know. Or someone to scare them away. God, I wish. I wish. So, yeah, you guys all know this is not just me being dramatic, right? That's why I hit the everyone tag, because I'm a drama queen. No, you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know what I know. And this is where it's at right now. So for those that... Oh, vertigo is the worst. Right? Remember when I was switched to Dexedrine? And that was one of the side effects, was the vertigo? Oh, God. You want to know for information's sake, but you don't... Yep. So... There's that. Obviously, there's other personal stuff going on in the life right now that I'm not going to get into. That's one of the ones that's the private stuff I keep, you know, close to the chest, as it were. But as for the medical and the life stuff, that's where, for the most part, we're at. Yeah, I made it through without bawling. Yay me. No, this makes a difference. I know at this point it makes a big difference, but I think if you were, I'd be like, what's the difference? That is in more lesion. Yeah, I mean, well, I know there. I think it's more a matter of, okay, how crowded is it getting in there? How fucked up is the circuitry now? Probably redundant, but ask if someone of your meds can got the vertigo to stop you. Yeah, that's again because I had the doctor appointment like 2 days ago, and it was something that only occurred to me last night. It's something I need to mention because it's brand new, or rather, I don't want to say it's brand new, but it's something that I've really noticed over the last few days. Try to start charging these fuckers rent? Really? Dear lesions, contribute to my bills, right? It's no different than the cats or dogs. Bunch of lazy pricks. All they do is lay around and look cute. And shed. So much. How I name them, Frank. There are far too many for me to keep up with. Can they be removed? No. It's not a matter... Think of it like... Okay, so a lesion is scar tissue, is what it is. Okay? So the reason that it happens is because my own immune system... MS is considered an autoimmune disease. It's because my immune system is attacking the myelin that covers the nerve endings, right? So if you don't know what myelin is, picture for yourself... If you've ever seen a cable like a speaker wire, any kind of wire, actually, to be honest, this kind of wire here will be a good example, okay? You have got the rubber coating around the wire. Underneath the coating is the wire itself. Coalition collectively a singular name for them. That's a good idea, right? So the myelin is the rubber coating. The nerve is the wire inside. What my immune system does is it attacks the myelin and it eats away at the coating for the nerves. And then underneath, they're damaging how the nerves interact with the rest of my body. Okay? So when I was looking, from what I remember of the picture, there were a few layers that he showed me where it's primarily on the right side that they had affected, right? So if you know anything about your brain, your right side affects the left side of your body. Left side of the brain affects the right side of your body, right? So because there are so many on the right side, that's why they have damaged the left side of my body so much, right? Why I've lost so much strength in my left side, why I can't grip, right? Why when the day gets difficult, my left side kind of like dinosaurs, T-Rexes a bit. Why my left leg doesn't bend as well as my right, which is going. right? Because I've got so many of the lesions on the right side. But what they do, the legion. The legion. Normally I associate with a legion as more of a happy thing. More of a, like, defend your honor kind of thing, but maybe not in this case. All right, Andy. You're stressed. Arms hunch up and you scream. I don't always scream, but I'm definitely annoyed by it. So, yeah, that's... going back to your question of, you know, can they be removed? No. Can they be repaired? No. It's scar tissue. More like a Borg assimilate? Kind of. Except it's not assimilate, it's destroy. I wish that there was something they could do about it. No, not at all. Not at all, Andy. Go take care of you. Take care of yourself. Go take your self-care break. Take care of you and we will see you again. It's all good. Go take care of you. I didn't know MS was autoimmune. I'm super surprised because I've researched most autoimmune. Yeah, that's why it's considered an autoimmune disease, because your own immune system is fucking destroying you, right? It's eating away at the coating of your nerves. So yeah, it's absolutely an autoimmune disease. During COVID, I would have absolutely not been able to go anywhere. Because if something like that, right, if let me back up and say that again. I was actually the one who went out the most during COVID. Ain't that ironic? But yeah, if it was at this point, right, I would have been like, nope, I ain't going nowhere. Fuck off. Those are all things that you get researched. Time to get the helmet? I've got a helmet. What are you talking about? There's DMTs on the table. Surprised humans have managed to survive this long. So many things that just eat the human body. Yeah. You know what? Me too. Honestly. See, I got 5 minutes here. Let me just wrap what I have noted for today, and then we'll talk more about it after the self-care break, okay? I called, you know how I label all my sections? Again, reminder, if you're not around for the usual streams, hey, guess what we do? We do research and talk about a lot of things. Today's going to be no different. I called this one, what I need from all of you right now. You know what I need from all of you right now? Nothing. I need your existence. That's what I need from all of you right now. Knowing that you guys are out there matters more than you think. More money. But yeah, knowing that all of you are out there matters a lot more than some of you might think. Right? And donuts, of course, donuts. But it has to be from the donut mill on Gasoline Alley in Red Deer. But, right, you know, I'm not asking for advice or anything like that. I never do. I'm not asking for fixes. I'm just asking for your presence. Doing nothing is hard. That's good. Just so I know, right? Because I never would have thought of that before. You guys know that if I have to cut a stream off the list because of all this shit, then I will do it. Right? That I'm taking the self-care a little more seriously than I used to. I hate that I need to run. Hatchling needs a shower. No, I got you, Dragon. All the love to you. Mwah. Go take care of the fam. And I realize it's getting a little later for some people. I know. Rule 0. How dare? How dare you?
Unclench your jaw. Take your meds.
We went with the Ella size today. Cookies for all. Enjoy. So for those that have been here so far today, thanks for sitting through the heavy shit today. Not me going down a rabbit hole for MS. If you guys want resources on it, if you guys want me to send you links, then let me know. I will. I'll send you what I got. But I trust you guys enough to, when you go rabbit holing, I trust you enough to know what's good and what's not. I decided to not even do stream loot. Well, give it like 10 minutes here. We'll see what we can do. Chronic illness when I can. I'm sure I could be here. Well, and I appreciate that. Right. And again, that's why I hate the everyone tag. But I also know that there are some that have not been as up to date as maybe they wanted to be. And so I kind of I gave the option, right? You guys can ignore the everyone tag whenever it's done. Well, you guys know I never do it unless I feel like it's important, right? The other mods and admins and whatnot, when there are really, really important things, then yeah, the everyone will get thrown around. Other than that, you know, I try and make sure it's an opt-in thing. If you guys want to get the stream announcements, great, you can opt in for it, right? You guys want to know about the music therapy stuff, great, you can opt in on it, right? That's your choice, you can decide. I hate forcing the idea of the at everyone, but today I felt it was kind of important. So on that note, self-care break. Time to grab yourself a refill on your water or a snack or what have you. Let's do that. We shall reconvene in just a moment. And yeah, then we will have a little more, may the brain pay attention. I kind of assumed as much. So anyway, we shall reconvene in a moment, and maybe you guys can make more jokes at my expense.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Because why not, right?
shaking, 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 shaking. Shaking, 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 shaking.
In all honesty, the only reason I said that is because I forgot to write it down on my notes list, right? In my scramble to, because you know me, I have to script everything. Not necessarily script, just kind of bullet point to remind me what I'm going to be talking about. But I forgot to add that to the list. Here's a good one. Doctor says the problem is all in my head. MS gets on my nerves. It gets in my nerves too, unfortunately. Let me get to that part there before we get all right stupid. What does this mean going forward? Is the part it's kind of important. What does it mean going forward? Well, stream-wise, essentially the same thing as I have been doing. Right? I'm still going to try to adhere to my regularly scheduled program, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, with the exception of if I have appointments that day, which sometimes I can't avoid that, right? If they schedule you for an MRI on a Wednesday afternoon, there's nothing, I'm not going to bump that, right? You guys will know. I will let you know. And on the days where I just haven't been, I'm just not able, right? That's why I always say body willing now. I stream on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Typically 2:30 or 3 p.m. body willing. If my body says that you're not getting out of bed, I have to listen. There's nothing I can do about that. So yeah, going forward, streams are going to be exactly as they are. Sorry, I can't come in for my MRI. Got streaming to do, yeah. Yeah, just wait another 6 months for the next one. Yeah, that's something that unfortunately I cannot fuck around with. So, there's going to be that. Stream material, for the most part, is going to be, I'm going to continue to do the research and shit. Unless you guys have got a topic that you want me to specifically cover. In which case, go to the coaches channel, the Coaches Corner channel in the Discord, and put your suggestion in there, right? If it pertains to the community, obviously. You know, if it has to do with, like, our mental health and ADHD and autism and stuff like that, and even MS if you want. Boobs, there you go. We'll do a deep dive on boobs. You have to pay for an MRI? No, because I am Canadian. So, hooray for that. However, they're trying to make it so that you have the option of paying for an MRI in order to scoot in quicker, because fuck this government. I don't mind waiting if it means I ain't got to pay for it. Because when I was working, the amount of taxes that I did pay, especially when I was working in the rail yard and making a ton of money, the taxes that I did pay go to make sure that somebody else does not have to pay for an MRI. How socialist of me. Ooh, I'm a dirty socialist. A, suck my ass. B, fuck off. I don't care what you have to say about it. But yeah, no, I don't have to pay for it, thankfully. But yeah, otherwise we're gonna do deep dives and whatnot. That's where shit gets fucked up and poor people get bumped. Yes. And that's why I have very strong feelings against that. Isn't socialism being Canadian? You know, overall, on paper, yes. Except for those dumb fucks who, we're going to separate and make Alberta great again. And then be swallowed up by the U.S. And see how that's going to fucking turn out for you. Whatever, that's not going to work. By the way, for those of you who are Albertan in here alongside me, don't let those cunts just say what they say and be silent about it. Speak out against those assholes. Because we cannot let one side do all the talking. Regardless if it's only like 17% of them. We can't let them be the only ones speaking. Shut them the fuck down. Don't be silent. Anyway, sorry. That was my 2 cents. So yeah, Streamline's going to be the same. Articles, I'm going to try and get back to right away. I just had to take a break from doing the articles because processing all of this shit took a great mental load. That sounded so dirty. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. It's the primary reason I moved here. Was to separate. Ontarians shutting the fuck up there. Yeah. Book-wise, I am still writing a lot of books. While I just put out one a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, I have another one in the works. I have 2 more actually in the works. Music I am still working on. The Revenge Part 2 project will, the Revenge Part 2 album should be coming out within about 6 weeks, I hope. We're just going to see how much work I can do on it while I have the energy to do so. I've also got, for those of you that follow along with all of my mini aliases, I do have a Taylor Drive project in the works. Tomorrow I release a Heisenberg track, which is a very specific one. It's the soccer track. Smaller countries where socialism works fine, bigger, richer. Well, it's when capitalism takes over, because capitalism pretty much destroys everything. A vocal minority should not be the only one speaking ever. Exactly. Because we've seen how that goes. Mentions are all good in theory, but human degree, bastard trickle-down effect. Yeah. Yeah, spread their wealth around to... Yeah, it doesn't make it. It only goes back up. What was the O part reaction to? Yeah, there's a Heisenberg track getting released tomorrow. I've already shown you guys a preview of it. The full track gets released. Taylor Drive, yes. I'm working on, if not a multi-single, then it's going to be an EP. It's probably going to be about 8 tracks. So yes, that is in the works right now. Also, Mama's going to like this. There's also a planned Ross Gates project. It's going to be an 8-track, that's right. Neurovariant, that album is still in the works. And has been ever since I got FL Studio to work properly with all of my VSTs and plugins and shit. Yeah, I've kind of been, when I'm not writing books, I'm fucking around with tracks, so. What the fuck is I doing? I'm out of the fucking loops. I could show it to you, but it's, you know, very political in nature. You got any news on Go Away? So the Neurovariant album is coming. Yeah, the potential to turn itself around in the next few years would be pivotal. Unfortunately, the amount of damage that has been done in the States is not going to be turned around even with a change of government. That is generational damage. I don't see that damage being sorted out for the next 20 to 50 years at a minimum. I'd love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. I pray, and I don't use that word lightly, I pray that I'm wrong. Frame Shift is on the Revenge Part 2 album. A lot of the ones that you have heard on the Revenge album have been heavily... I don't want to say all, that's a lie. There are some that have been heavily revamped. So I will say that. I think they said it would take at least 10 years to start it. Shit is fucked up. Comes over. Yeah, it's gonna stay that way for a while. Yeah, you know what? Here's my personal 2 cents. Getting very, very political right now. Here is my personal 2 cents. You assholes need to find a way to ensure that some greedy motherfucker does not just take control, change all the rules, and make it so him and his buddies can get rich at the expense of the majority. You fucking assholes need to do something about that. And not just, oh, we're just going to send out a strongly... And you know I'm talking about the government. I'm not directing this right at you who are American in the chat. You guys know that about me. But what they fucking need to do is ensure that this can never happen again. And not just, I'm going to send a strongly worded letter. That does absolutely fucking nothing. Not a pinch of mosquito shit. That doesn't do a fucking thing. Oh, it makes you look good for your people. I look good because I am standing up against that. Then fucking do something. Do something, you cowardly, spineless fuck. I'm going to send a strongly worded letter. I'm going to get together with a few others and we're going to stand out and protest. No, do your fucking job. Stand up for your people. Defend your people. That is your job. You are paid by the people to do the job for the people and speak for the people. Not you and the assholes that are paying you. Do your fucking job. And that goes for all people in government. American, Canadian, all of it. Every one of you assholes that we have put in there to do your job and take care of us, because that is your role. Government is to take care of its people. So fucking do it. Don't sit there and make you and your friends all fucking wealthy on the backs and the fucking and the labor and the sweat and the death of the people who put you in office. Do your fucking job. You bunch of spineless, cowardly, greedy, self-serving cunts. Do what we pay you for. I've said my bit. /rant. Sorry. I apologize to anybody who may or may not have been slightly offended by that. You understand what happens if you didn't punish yourself or civil weapon in this country? Well, yeah, every now and again you guys have the reenactment, for fuck's sakes. I missed it. That's okay. I went on a government rant is what I did. Oh boy. How many have we got in here? Dan, can you set up a poll for me? Did that help the rage? No. It only ever it only ever piles onto it. Yeah, no, they go low, we go high, bullshit. No. When they go low, you go to hell. If they go low, you go to hell. Can you do a poll? Who wants to hear the song, yes or no? Because it may or may not be highly political. But it's entertaining. Make it a 2-minute poll, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Nadia, do you happen to remember what... Just play the fucking song. No, I actually want to see who does not want to hear it. I go low, I'm punching someone in the dick, yep. Poll, hell yes. There you go. Nadia, do you happen to remember what it was you asked me about for the drawing a picture? There you go. The vote is up. The poll is up. Do you want to hear the song? Yes or no? Vote in the poll, please. And Dan, you're a fucking dick. Yes, no, and do a backflip. There you go. Perfect. You're not responsible for the best chance of moving the ball. Agreed. Yeah. Like in its entirety, yes. It was my choice. Oh God. Okay, give me something here, and I'll what is it? 60 seconds I have. Oh, why not both? Yeah, vote in the poll if you guys want me to play that song, even though it is highly political. I see no poll, it's at the top of chat. The poll is just called song. Your options are yes, no, or do a backflip. Those of you who actually cast a vote for do a backflip, fuck you. Slightly skilled? No, no, no. They are incredibly skilled. I've seen those extreme disability fucking sports thing. Just wow. You actually want to hear this fucking song? You probably heard it already, to be honest. But I mean, maybe not. Squirrel doing a backflip or something. Okay, we will do this. Siri, give me a 60-second timer.
60 seconds, starting now.
All right, squirrel doing a backflip. That means I have to actually draw this upside down. Hang on. And gonna have one leg bent like this and over here, and one leg bent like this and over here. Hang on, bear with me here. I got 7 seconds. All right, my timer is up. All right, here you go. This one is for the Streamloots card that Nadia dropped. Oh shit! And I didn't see the result of the poll. How many voted yes? Okay, this is my drawing of a squirrel doing a backflip. My super quick squirrel doing a backflip. 82%. Okay. You're playing the fucking song. Of course I am. I kind of assumed. I wanted to see how many said no. Alright. Let us turn up NP. What have I haven't been on the phone explaining how recalls work to my mother? I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. Where are we here? Alright, so you guys know that I'm not normally a dubstep guy. So this was just kind of like my kick at dubstep, and this only happened because I was challenged by Chris, of all people. Voting is a moral act. Voting is a moral standpoint, and often doesn't. Voting abstention is a moral act if you responsible. But if you vote for someone awful, they will do something. Yep. Be insulting to those who did vote for do a backflip. Alright. Hang on, I gotta go to my other... This one here? And this one here? so that I can pause this and go to the other one. This song drops at midnight my time. At least I hope it does, because I only put it up like 2 days ago. So this one here, enjoy. If you know the words, sing along. This comes from an Australian chant that the Australian soccer team decided to come up with. I was challenged to make a track out of it, to make a dubstep track out of it. You guys know I'm not a dubstep guy normally. I was told when I showed the preview that you could really hear my hardstyle influence in the melody. So, enjoy. Sing it if you know it.
The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys, boy, 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 on a bender. He likes them 12 years old. 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 The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys, 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 on a bender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender.
Yeah, the lyrics are 100% exactly what the Aussies were chanting. I did not write the lyrics for this. I just put together the track for it. I hand wrote the melody for it. I will admit that I did use, and I put together a lot of like the drum sequencing and whatnot. There were some parts where I did have to use some loops from loop packs that I have for this, because again, I am not normally a dubstep guy. But yeah, so I put this together. That being said, does that mean that I may or may not have a hardstyle remix of this? I might. So, there's that. This version will be available tomorrow. It releases on all platforms tomorrow, provided they got a copy of it in time. So, if not tomorrow, it'll be very soon. So this will be out. Sarah, take care of yourself. I will see you again soon. We're gonna make dinner and go to karaoke. Nice. One more. You want an encore of it? Oh my god. I want any version that I can play with. Piss people off. No. I am not going to play that one again. Hold that thought. I need this for stream. Hold that thought. Let me just, oh, this is gonna fucking pull a lot of resources. And no, I am not going to put it on screen. Just because of the amount of resources it's already pulling. Anybody recognize that sound? Not that one. We're going to go to that one. And yeah, this is going to take a minute from the amount of audio files that I had to dissect and rip apart. Yeah, you recognize that sound, do you? Yeah, I thought some of you might. Just bear with me. We're just gonna have that playing in the background for a second here. While I hang on. Oh yeah, that's taking a minute to load. Played, I give up. No, I get you. Yeah, for the amount of audio that I had to bounce. There we go. Well, and again, with those two things being the very delicate topics that we try to avoid, I 100% do agree with you, though, that religion and politics need to be two things that are very, very separated. But we all know that is not currently happening. All right, here we go. Now, bear in mind, this is just a test. I just need to make sure that the music channel is loud enough here, because I always seem to turn it down. Actually, I'm going to move OBS over to... Come here, bitch. Over to this window here. Alright. Apologies if this starts to stutter, because the amount of VSTs and shit that I have in here, on top of the amount of full WAV file audio I have in here, it pulls a fuck ton of resources. So that's something that I have to work on top of, you know, running a stream and broadcasting and all that shit. But yeah, here's something that maybe this, when I get it finished, when and if. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh. Sorry, I fucked up there. Oh no, I have to restart it. No.
The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boy, 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 on a bender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Hey! Donald Trump is a sex offender. He's fat, he's old. He likes them 12 years old. He's fat, he's old. He likes them 12 years old. He's fat, he's old. He likes them 12 years old. He's fat, he's old. He likes them 12 years old. Aussie boy, 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 on a bender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Oh, Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender.
So that's the work in progress that I have. And as it was pointed out when I shared that dubstep one and said, you know, straight up, I'm not a dubstep guy. I'm a hardstyle guy, and they said, yeah, we can hear it in your melody. That's why, right? You guys hear that shit, and how that became the influence that kind of that got dragged into the dubstep version of it. But yeah, so that's a remix that I'm kind of playing with. We'll see what happens and how quickly I get done that. I might drop that one quick. So we'll see. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. And by the way, Ryan, you're a fucking legend. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. I actually hit the sub goal for the month. Oh my god. That's not even my sub goal. That's the one that Twitch sets for me. Well, that's wicked. Ryan, you're a fucking legend. I appreciate the piss out of you. All right, so we covered all the serious shit, all of the yeah, we covered all of the shit that's affecting me and where I'm going to be kind of going from here. Again, streams are going to continue as they have been. Music projects are going to continue. I also had this funny little image in my head. You're a badass. So I done did a thing, and it's appreciated. More than you know, it's appreciated. I had this funny little image in my head that if and when, well, when, you know, they do end up fucking shoving me into something like a care facility, I'm picturing me with this whole computer setup in the corner and streaming to you guys from this fucking facility, right? And still doing all of that. I thought it was kind of hilarious, and you know, like what kind of a background am I going to set up for that? Am I just going to like blur the background, or am I going to like put myself in a spacecraft or some shit? I don't know. It was to me, it was a funny thing. I wouldn't put it past you. Oh no, it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. I'm just trying to picture and maybe plan out for the future. Like, what is that gonna look like? This layout here with the background of what me sitting, you know, with Demon Daddy in the chair over my shoulder, and that dancing demon in the pink skirt or pink top and a black shirt. I don't remember now. Maybe Ethel in the background streaking. Yeah. Who knows, right? Planning a disability. Yeah, access tools for the computer. Yep. In the care facility, you could basically get an apartment. Yeah, see, and that's a thing that kind of crosses the how scared am I of it, is I don't know what it's going to look like, right? I am trying to plan just kind of a drop-in and visit at the one facility we have in town here. We actually have one, and I know I've said it to you guys before. If I was to go in there, they would consider me a young adult. God, did I laugh at that? Because I'm not even 50, and I'm going into a place where 65 is like the limit, right? But I'm not the only one, so is it like you get your own one-room apartment? Maybe, probably, from what I understand, yeah. Old age. You get to be the personality. I mean, I'm sure everybody there has a personality. Maybe not quite as loud and expressive as mine is. Maybe. Yeah, always take it as a joke. Jokes are the best way to look at it. Alright, so for those of you that did do your deep dives on it, or did want to do more deep dives on it and haven't yet, DJ at the club. So it is secondary progressive multiple sclerosis, if that is what you wanted to look up. Yeah, that's the thing. If you can't laugh at yourself. Oh, no, 100%. That's my motto in life, right? Joking at myself is the first and most important thing, because if I can't laugh at me, I don't deserve to laugh at you. That's always the way I've looked at it, though. So. And that's why I'll be the first to take a shot at myself, because that's how we do, whether it be serious or not. Humor, and dark humor, is heavily documented as something that those of us in the neurodivergent community are professionals at. Getting the pacemakers working hard, yep. I refuse to take life seriously. None of us make it out alive. It's true. And we can't take our toys with us either. I mean, there are some people that try to be buried with them, which is dumb, but whatever. What the fuck ever. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at my list here and see if there's anybody I want to bug today. Well, yeah, again, that's a number that you can't even wrap your head around. Yes, your birthday is indeed Friday. Yeah, happy 29th forever. So, as for Friday, I do not have a topic yet. If anybody has one that they want to talk about, make sure you put it into the Coach's Corner as a suggestion, and I will be happy to do a deep dive on shit. Articles, I'm probably going to take the rest of the week off of Substack. I will get back to it next week, again, because I'm still sitting on a lot of this shit, and still trying to process the rest of it. But hey, now you guys are all in the know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Or if you're more of a piano lover, streaming with Cajun on your birthday. Nice. Nice. I should be back on Friday, body willing as always. $100 in the second of your life, 11,000 fucking years. Yeah, exactly. Will there be a written update? As in, do you want me to do a written recap of things? I can, if you want. It'll be, I'll just get Claude to do it, but I can, yeah. Good we're gonna do birthdayness. How do you celebrate you? Do you isolate, allow yourself to be comfortable? On my birthday this year is another one that is going to be difficult for me, because this year I will be 50. And that's a lot to take in too, for somebody who did not think that they were going to be around this long, right? Yeah, the big 5-0 this year. So for somebody who didn't think that they were going to be here this long and didn't plan for anything, yeah, that one's something to take in. No, that's fine. Honestly, today it was all about me. Like, legitimately. Today was a recap of all the shit that I have been isolating myself because of this last week or so. A lot of the information that I was given from my neurologist and my occupational therapist and all of that. Well, from me. Yeah, today was just a recap of and information on what's going on with me, how it's affecting me, what I'm going to be doing going forward, right? All of that stuff. Yeah, it was me trying to process all of the great news that I've been dealing with. Actually, and I get that. Maybe I'll just send you the notes that I made for myself. I'll just do that. I'll send you my notes, because they're bullet point form. That should be quick and easy for you. Give it literally the Cliff Notes of today, except it's like the spaz notes. Well, do I want to call it, or should we continue bullshitting for a bit? That's the question. That is the question. Since now I've covered, you know, some music stuff. Oh, hey, for those of you, thanks, Dan. For those of you that have been following the, hi, Metal. For those of you that have been following the music project, the music therapy project, and those of you who are on, who are members on YouTube and Fourth Wall, and who are patrons, who got access to the brand new concert that I put together. It is now over 3 hours long. I am also planning on putting out a 4th After Corrosion album. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm just kind of putting that all together as well. You know, because I try and keep my plate clean. Allegedly. I don't load myself down with 400 things. Right? So, yeah, there's that. No, come on. But the song? Hi, Hug Dispenser. Nice to see ya. Da 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 da. Ah, fuck it. Let's keep going. Self-care break time. Time to grab yourself some water, a snack, hit the bathroom, do what you gotta do. And, yeah, we will be right back, okay? Fuck it. Fuck it. I feel like keeping going. Why? Because it's my stream and I'm the boss.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And today's all about me anyway.
Shaking, you keep shaking. Push the tempo, turn it up. Speed it up.
Thank you for calling the ADHD hotline, sponsored by Squirrel Co., a subsidiary of ADHD Incorporated. If you're currently having a meltdown and need to scream into the void, press 0 now. Otherwise, please choose from the following options. To have someone activate your hyperfocus to start a task because your executive dysfunction has paralyzed you, please press 1. If you need reassurance because imposter syndrome is acting up and telling you you're trash and not worthy of success, love, or praise, please press 2. To gush about your latest hobby or hyperfocus because the people around you are already sick of hearing about it and you just need to show someone your hard work, please press 3. If you can't find the item you literally just had in your hand and need someone to walk you through the last hour so you can find it again, please press 4. If you can't remember why you called us, but know it was important, please press 5. If you're suffering from decision paralysis and need someone to talk you through figuring out what you want to do, please press 6. If you're shopping and need someone to talk you out of buying the 4,782,746 things in your cart because buying things gives you dopamine, but you just can't afford it, please press 7. To set reminder alarms to remind you to drink your water, eat something yummy, take your meds and unclench your jaw, please press 8. If you are having a meltdown and need to scream into the void, please press 0. If you need to hear these options again, because you have ADHD and have already forgotten which option you needed, please press 9.
Did you eat some nuts and now have angry squirrels chasing you?
Accidentally summon a demon that let loose in your neighborhood and now everyone's homeless?
I farted 3 minutes ago!
Harold, get out of here!
And I felt it run behind my knees!
Security, Harold's in here again.
I don't want to go!
Lick a pole only to find out it was frozen?
You mean metal, right?
It was mine!
God damn it, Harold.
I'm JP Schuster.
And I'm CV Mooster.
And we're here to fight for you.
Automotive accidents.
Medical malpractice.
Workplace injury.
Exorcism gone wrong.
Call Schuster and Mooster at 1-800-PUMP-STAR.
You're just here to inflate our numbers.
I'll grab my hose.
Schuster and Mooster.
Attorneys at law.
I like my cookies.
I also like your cookies.
I like your cookies too!
Harold!
Welcome to another episode of Nobody Asked, the segment where we give you information that nobody asked for.
Like a lot of people I know, an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain.
This has been Nobody Asked.
Looking to rock out with your nuts out? Tune in to SQRL FM, Squirrel Radio. All your favorite songs from every genre, but played at twice the speed. Not only quick enough to hold any squirrel's attention, but you can also listen to twice as many songs, just from the dial like you usually do. You'll find it eventually. SQRL FM.
Because why not? I'm broke and nothing to fix me, so I just adapt. My brain sucks. Agreed. No, we've been actually having a conversation about that a lot recently. When it comes to doing writing or working on music projects and stuff like that, it'll get to a point where it's done and you keep tweaking it and tinkering with it, right? I will sit and tinker with a project, and like I said, I will fix it till it's broke. I've got such a bad habit of that. So it has to be at a point where I kind of feel comfortable enough that I think it's done, right? And then I will get other people to weigh in and give their input. And that at that point, I try and remember what I was taught in design college. It is never done. It is only due, right? So I kind of try and assign myself an arbitrary due date for it, so that way I stop fucking with it. If everybody comes back and says, you know, it's good, let it go, then that's where I kind of set that due date and try to stop fucking with it, because otherwise I literally will. I've done it with so many projects. I will fix it till it's broke, and I will absolutely destroy the entire thing by accident because I'm trying to fix every little thing, and it ends up ruining the project. So it's a very bad habit that I have, and I recognize that, so I try and make sure that I set that line, right? Why aren't you doing this for money? Where the latest version was, and yeah, or final, really final, absolute final version 2, final, the actual final, yeah. I've got a numerous number of projects where I have that. I don't even want to think about how many I've got for that. What's crazy is at work, we have to proofread our work, but like the brain won't see the error and hand it back to me. And even, yeah, how did I miss that? Yep. Well, and that's why I get others to weigh in on it, right? Because say on a song, for example, right? If I get to a point where I'm not 100% sure if this sounds right or if this hits the way that I want it to, you know, I will hand it to other people that usually they're ones who more, shall we say, musically inclined and can do more than just listen to the song. They can kind of like, I don't want to say pull it apart, but they can get those other layers, right? So I'll give a copy to Jay and be like, okay, how's this, right? I would send a copy to Nate, but Nate's kind of vanished. You know, there are a few other people that I'll send it to them and be like, okay, how's this sound? And then kind of go from there. Story-wise, when I do on my writing project, you know, I'll hand it to people that are like voracious readers, shall we say. So like, you know, Dragon, Geeky Girl, sometimes Chaos if they have time, Chris, a handful of people I've got that I will get their input. Touch my banana. Banana! But yeah, so that way it kind of, that's like my safety net to ensure that I don't go over the line. How would this sound in concert for me? Yeah. Yeah, sadly, that happens more than I want to admit. I don't like admitting that. So, shut up, Nadia.
I just wanted to be a real squirrel.
Nadia_269 says, stop everything and tell your wife or kid how much you love them.
Jasa, are you up here? You have been summoned. I had a card played. Everybody say hi, Jasa. I had a card played. I won't go all too deep into it like I did the other day, but the card said I'm to stop everything and tell you how much I love you, how much I'm going to add to it, how much I appreciate you, how wonderful I think you are, how incredible I think you are, and how you are my favorite human. So, there we go. May I a squishy? Excellent. I'm all about the squishy. From my favorite human. May I? What are you doing out there? You're just thinking?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm gonna want you to unload the dishwasher shortly. Thanks, baby. All right, there we go. Did I do what the card said? There's my kiddo today. I feel. Look at that heart. Age is coming for me for sure. Age is a bitch. As we were saying in BC the other day, growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Twinsies! How's everyone? Well, I mean, I covered how I am. Yeah. So, how am I now? Now I'm better. Can't believe it. She's not a little peanut. Nope, she totally is not. She absolutely is not. I keep telling her to stop growing, and I don't know if she just says, no, that's not how life works. How many people cried? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not going to ask. That's not what I was aiming for. If you were hit with collateral damage, sorry. just letting things out to the world does wonders? Yes, it does. Well, and that's why I've got the music projects that I do. And the writing projects that I do. Because in a couple of ones that I have coming in the near future, I interject a lot of myself into one without saying that I interjected a lot of myself into it. That's coming later this year. Probably, maybe, we shall see. I tried a VC the other day, so that's enough. I did not. Not me. I'm perfectly fine. I am a rock. Yes. That means I'm going to be bombed by the state. No, not that kind. Sorry. What the fuck? Oh, that was from YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck is with the noise there? Apparently, the bot tagged Dan on YouTube. Fuck off. Stupid thing. There we go. Red and weepy from allergies. It's true, I was. Stuck between wanting to talk about this funk I'm in and just going to sleep because I need to be up and about. Well, I mean, whatever you want to do. Drop the people's elbow. Feel like I live on the borders of burnout after COVID and just permanently on the verge. We found ways to exist within that space until... And I mean, that's fair. COVID changed a lot of shit. Yeah, wrong rock. Yeah. I am more of the shiny type. Or some shit. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm the shiny type. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yes, I'm a Pokemon. I'm a shiny. I'm a shiny Pokemon. Honey, if I was a Pokemon, what kind of Pokemon would I be? I don't know where the kid went. Hey, Jason, where are you at? Where are you at? Can I borrow you for a second? I have a question that you might be able to answer better. We're going to bring Jason back for this. We're going to bring my kid back for this.
What?
Okay, so it was mentioned in here. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. You're a Pokemon. Okay, so I guess now, if I was a Pokemon, what kind of Pokemon would I be?
That is kind of a hard question.
It is. By the way, Jason streams on Thursday nights and Saturday.
Which is, I think, tomorrow I stream.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.
Tomorrow you're going to play Hollow Knight.
Yep.
And on Saturday you're going to play Deltarune.
Yep.
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 This is the only place you're going to see my kid's face. Because she is she's a VTuber.
PNG tuber, correct.
Or PNG tuber, actually, to be more specific. Tia Mara, if you're still about and listening, thanks for your help with getting her set up for that.
And for the Pokemon question...
I should fix it. Yes, I should. If you want to do a shout out, it is Sliver Vessel.
I'm still thinking.
Okay. A Snorlax. That's my wife, actually.
Yeah, that's Mom.
We've decided, yeah, we've decided that my wife is actually Snorlax. To the point where my wife got a Snorlax tattoo in order to represent that. She has
She
a,
got
like
a Snorlax tattoo with me as a Gengar.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. So that's my kid's channel if you want to watch her play games, which Deltarune is my favorite because you voice act every character.
I voice act most of the characters in Hollow Knight too.
That's true,
There's
you
not
do.
there's not a lot of dialogue in there.
Yeah.
Other than
I just wanted to be a real squirrel.
Yeah, no, there's just not a lot of dialogue.
Obama87 wants some life advice from Giza.
See that?
No, I don't.
Polar Bear Mama wants some life advice from you.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to do the Pokemon first, or you want to do that first?
I decided that you're a Munchlax just because that's the first to come to mind.
I have no idea what that is.
Basically the pre-evolution of Snorlax.
The pre-evolution of Snorlax. You little shit. Okay, so what kind of life advice do you have? Are you feeling comical today, or are you feeling serious today?
Serious.
Serious life advice.
Don't make your hobbies your top priority.
Okay.
And don't make them into your career. Well, you can have them as like a side job, but make sure you actually have something that you can use as a career. Otherwise, you'll just end up hating what you love.
That's an interesting one.
That doesn't mean you can't get money from your hobby. I just mean don't turn it into your main career.
Interesting. See, I want to spin that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not very good at what I was trying to say.
I think I get what you were trying to say. Well, not only that, you're like almost 14, so you don't quite have that life experience part, right?
No.
So I think that, just to spin that, I think that if you do want to take your hobby and turn it into a job, in that you are making money from something that you love, which is what I do.
That's not exactly what I mean.
No, but I think that maybe what you might have been trying to say is make sure that you have something to fall back on. Maybe?
It's more of do your hobby as a side job.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. That's fair enough. I'll take that. Given the life experience that you do have, that's 100% fair. Thank you for this episode of Life Advice from Jason. Keep fun things for fun. Yeah. Wise words, heard as someone who's been there and killed a hobby by trying to make it a career, losing focus on what I enjoyed about. Fair enough. Sometimes when you make money with something, it takes the fun out of it. Maybe. Don't let your joys become work. If you look at them as work, yeah, it may not be something that you enjoy anymore. That's why I've never pursued a job at the tiny things I would excessively enjoy. It'd destroy that for me, and I'd have nothing left. Yeah, do it for fun. Yep. Just hardcore insight. Some people do have that experience. Yeah. That broken down with the windows. That's why I don't teach reading. Oh, because yeah, that'll destroy your love for reading. Leave your hobbies as hobbies. Hug dispenser went nighty-night. Fair enough. Don't let your joys become work. You can still make a living from what you enjoy. Just make sure you want to protect the joy in it. Nope, I think that's a really good way to look at it. Be your own boss then. Well, that way, I mean, if your boss is an asshole, you can't exactly go to HR about that, unless you're HR. In which case, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, that's definitely one way to look at it. I just want to take a really quick second, and I just want to throw in this little, shall we say, self-intro for those who had missed it, and just a reminder for everybody now that we've covered a lot of the hard shit. Giggity? Yeah, whatever. Take a look. Well, hello there and welcome. And if you're new here, holy shit, hi. There's a lot more of you all of a sudden. I had a couple of videos blow up over the last few days, so if you're one of the new faces here, here's the deal. The name's Tyler. I go by a lot of other names, but most people know me as Spaz or SquirrelDad. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I am, however, a double certified ADHD and autism coach. I mostly do it to help educate my community, but yes, I also take clients. I'm also autistic, I have ADHD, and I live with secondary progressive MS. So my energy levels are basically the most important stat on my character sheet. I'm a mental health advocate, an artist, an animator, a musician, a veteran DJ, an author, a giant fucking space nerd. I love Star Wars. I'm also a Mandalorian. So what happens around here? Well, we talk about everything. We talk mental health, we talk about nerdy shit, we talk about food. Sometimes I drop new music or details about a new book that I'm working on or whatever the hell I've got going on. Long story short, off topic is the topic. So if something I post isn't your thing, scroll past, no hard feelings. Just don't be a dick about it in the comments or I will absolutely humiliate you first and block you second. And now for the rules, and there's really only one big one that matters. Don't be an asshole. No ableism, no sexism, no homophobia, no transphobia, none of the isms or phobias. Full fucking stop. If you genuinely want to learn about ADHD and autism, welcome aboard the Squirrel Train. If you're here to tell me ADHD isn't real or some other uninformed bullshit, you're not going to last very long. We don't generally do religion or politics here unless it's something that directly affects us as a community. Other than that, no. There's enough division and hatred in the world out there already. This is not the place for that. My community is global and made up of every nationality, gender, identity, neurotype, and background that you can think of, and every single one of them, and you, are welcome in my house. Witty banter and joking around, always welcome. Ignorant bullshit, not so much. So again, welcome. Glad to have you here. Let's have some fun. On that note, there's a part of me that is really... I'm really surprised that nobody clipped my tirade. I might have to go back and do that myself. Goddamn bot. Yeah, I know the bot's a pain in the ass. Bot's always a pain in the ass. That's how the bot do. You know that. The bot always insists on being a pain in the ass. That way. Wrong button. I'll shut up now. No. Which tirade? The one where I went all political and unleashed on people. That's all. That one. Yes, that tirade. Oh, I'll go back and pull that one out. Maybe I'll actually drop a video about that one. We shall see. We'll see where my energy's at. Because now I kind of have to, at some point in the nearish future, I have to load up the dishwasher. I have to cook for Jasa and I, and all of that shit. So energy is going to be it's going to be a thing today. That's definitely going to be a thing. Which I guess, I mean, at some point here, I should probably consider what the fuck I'm putting together for food. Because I have no idea. Again, if I was smart, I would just throw a bunch of shit in the Instant Pot and make like a stew or a soup or something like that. Maybe that's something I should do. I don't know. Maybe I'll feed a bunch of ingredients to Gemini and say, hey, make something for the Instant Pot for me. Put Grandpa Squirrel into the battery pack. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You caught me while I was looking away, you little bitch. Couldn't even block that one. I would have. I would have tried anyway. 6 of... You're not that lucky, are you? Maple chipotle pork and rice. Ooh. Ooh. Irrefutable objections. Be kinder to yourself. Yes. Yeah, 4 more lesions. Thanks, Nadia. Thanks. Now you just added more lesions to the list. The legion grows larger, and it's all your fault. God damn it. Hashtag the end. That's right. Time to bully Nadia. On that thought, when I was saying that there was a part of me that kind of wants to know how many there are. If I was to actually sit and pull an estimate, like I wouldn't have any idea what to guess for, right? I would probably guess 75, maybe, right? But I have zero educated stance to take that number from. Yeah, we are legion. We do not forgive, but you will forget. I almost feel like that needs to go on a shirt. Not a doctor, only play one on stream, yeah. Oh, fuck. We are legion. We do not forgive, and you will forget. Oh, where did I put it? Marker. So that way I remember. Go back about 1 minute for a t-shirt idea. Oh, that was so dumb. I love it. I love it. Am I in trouble? Yeah, maybe just for adding callouts that affect Jay. Yeah, I don't know. I already DM'd you. Okay. Well, I mean, it got transformed and turned into a laugh, right? Remember, if I can't laugh at myself, I'm the first one to take a shot at myself. If I can't laugh at me, I've got no right to laugh at you. So yeah, there we go. All right, maybe I should start considering dinner. So let's do that. Is there anybody there that we want to go and take a peek at? I'm not seeing any names that jump out at me right now that fit the the mood, I guess. So whatever. All right, so I should be back Friday again. Asterisk, body willing. I cannot express my thanks to all of you enough for being here today, and again, apologies for the everyone tag, because we all know I hate doing that. This was an update. This was kind of important for me to share and to get out to you guys. So again, I appreciate the fuck out of all of you that have been here. The ones who were throwing subs around today and biddies around today, mwah. Thank you so much. Ryan, your name's at the top of the list in my mind. Those of you that did contribute, again, you don't need to. If you can, great. If you're not in a position to, I get it. You know, if you can, wonderful. If you can't, wonderful. I love you anyway. So I should be back on Friday. I don't have a topic off the top of my head. If you have something that you want me to cover and discuss and look into and do a deep dive on, put it in the Coach's Corner channel. I will see it, and yeah, we will go from there. Again, I'm taking this week off of Substack. I will get back to doing the Substack articles next week. I have thanks Nadia and Dan for the tags there, or for the prompts there. Whatever, you know what I'm saying now. I lost what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, the Substack. Yeah, I'm taking the week off Substack. I'll get back to that next week, where I do a lot more deep dives and shit. But yeah, now you guys know where I'm at. Now you know what's going on. If you got any questions for me about it, please do not be shy about asking. If you want to know, ask. I am more than happy to share the info with you. Authenticata, I will send you my cliff notes here shortly to catch you up. Anybody else who wants the cliff notes of what I talked about today, send me a DM and I'll fire them off to you, all right? Until then, I will see you guys on Friday or in the Discord. I'll probably be joining a lot more VCs, so I will see you there. Until then, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself. I love you guys more than you realize. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for growing all of this and being a part of this. And I will see you on Friday, I hope. Till then, ciao for now.
Look at us, same room, same air. You could be anywhere, but you showed up here. Every laugh, every tired eye means more to me than I can explain tonight. So thank you for being here, for bringing your brave little heart this near. You matter more than you ever say. Please drink your water, take your meds today. Be soft with your body, speak kind in your head. You are not a burden, you're loved instead. Tiny wins, you made the bed, but got out of it. Even when it felt like lead, if all you did was make it to this year, that's enough. I'm just glad you're there. So thank you for being here, for bringing your brave little heart this near. You matter more than you ever say. Please drink your water, take your meds today. Be soft with your body, speak kind in your head. You are not a burden, you're loved instead. If you need to cry, you can cry right now. If you need a rest, you can lay it down. You don't have to earn this love, you already have it. You already have it. So thank you for being here, for staying through every hard, strange year. You matter more than you'll ever say. Please drink your water, breathe in deep for me. Be soft with your body, speak kind in your head. You are not a bird.